And we're live.
No.
We are back. We are back. We're back.
We're live?
Welcome to 2Nerds and an actor. I got my Narachnids here. Mike Santana.
Yes, like arachnophobia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And France Jerome.
I don't feel so good.
Oh my God. That was messed up. My heart.
Spider-Man.
Thwip.
Well, I'm Aisha, Miss Jordan, if you're nasty, your hostess with the mostest.
All right. Jordancy. Jordancy.
Ooh, I like that.
Jordancy. You gotta make a spider theme.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
But I also did it spider because we're going to talk about Ant-Man, and that's like an insect, you know?
Actually, they're arachnids.
Is that not a bug?
No.
Is that not a bug?
No.
It's a bug. They're all bugs, and they get small. And
We're
then
also
they're
gonna
big.
talk about Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Yeah. Drake's album.
The next Scorpion King.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too.
Whoa.
Would they make another one? No, anyway.
No, they can't at this point.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. Do you think The Rock would even do that?
You mean Dwayne Johnson?
I'm sorry. Dwayne. The Rock would do it. With Dwayne
Yeah.
Johnson.
Dwayne, I don't
Dwayne-
say
no.
no. Rock Johnson.
No.
He would
he
not
won't.
do it.
He doesn't have time.
It's true. He's doing everything. Anyway, so we're not going to talk about The Rock. But we are going to talk about Ant-Man. We're going to talk about Luke Cage. Luke Cage.
Stokes.
What good?
Mariah
What going?
Stokes.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, what else are we talking about? Oh, we got like a lot of news today. So much news has happened since the last time we spoke, people.
It's been a while. We took a hiatus.
It has been a while. And yeah, so I'm really excited. Let's get into it. First thing on the docket. Is that a thing? A docket?
You just made it a thing if it wasn't already.
Okay. First thing, Incredibles 2. The highest grossing animated film like of all time.
In the U.S.
Oh, in the U.S. Okay, in the U.S.
Yeah, it hasn't quite gotten the global number yet.
I can't imagine globally people are that excited about The Incredibles.
What?
After all
I
the
mean-
the teasing.
14 years.
Teasing.
Well, that's my question. Do you think it's because it took 14 years or it's just that damn good?
Both.
Yeah, both.
Really?
The hype game is that we talked about the hype game and we talked about Jurassic World 2. It was like it had no pop. But for first Jurassic World, you're like, we going back again.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't that when did Jurassic Park 3 happen?
That was
It doesn't matter. This was
years
this
ago.
past Jurassic Park.
Like
This
2008 years
Jurassic World was like Scorcher 7. Like it felt like that.
Who left the fridge open?
Like I'm in it and I'm gonna be there for the next 12, but
Yeah.
I knew what I was there for.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Incredibles, you got to think of it like this too. It's not just the Incredibles, Pixar, Disney animated 14-year wait. It's good. It's also the defunct de facto superhero movie in between Infinity War and Ant-Man. You know, like it was
Really?
We've been getting fucking superhero movies back to back to back.
Bing,
Like
bing, bing,
yeah,
bing.
bang bang boom. So
So everyone's like, this is the next one.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That game is what we wanted. And it was even deeper than some of the comic book movies.
It was pretty deep.
Shit was awesome.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna re-review it.
No, we went into that. It was.
Don't worry. But it's making that money. Shrek
It
2.
That's
That's I think that's what
the
it beat.
previous title holder. That's the title holder, the previous title holder, I think.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Fuck a Frozen.
The Shrekening.
Whatever. They're about to make another Shrek anyway, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Waste of time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Damn.
No, the last
Shout out to
Shrek
Mike
was
Myers.
fine. Like that was it. I was like, wow, end of an era, good work. Like
Damn.
you could see they were like, we did it, guys.
Peel
We
my
did a franchise.
onion.
And then they were like, whatever.
Get the fuck out my swamp, Aisha. Damn.
I'm just saying we don't,
Onions,
we don't need
though.
another Shrek.
Onions.
Yeah, onions. They got layers.
See, you guys are referring to Shrek 1.
Nah, man. They're all really the
That's
same.
mad.
The
Get
onion
the
is the
Farquaad out of here. No.
Not even. That was like what? Okay, I'm sorry. Was it like Shrek 2?
The onion is the only recurring
go
character in the whole thing.
What you mean? Puss in Boots.
Listen,
Antonio ain't got no
I
layers.
love Puss in Boots. They can give me another one of those.
Antonio Banderas, who we'll get to
Antonio
later
Banderas.
in the Ant-Man review. Spoiler. All right, don't you dare besmirch his name.
Oh yeah, we're gonna put timestamps now on this for people listening.
Yeah, eventually we'll be a podcast. Like, that's the goal. We are getting
We're
there.
gonna be a podcast, guys.
Damn right.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. So we're gonna go into our next segment, which is about Netflix. What are they doing? They're doing like a moonshot goal.
Yeah, like I think in a Fortune magazine,
Oh God.
they asked Netflix, because Netflix is a person, right?
Oh yeah, they asked
They
Netflix.
asked
They
Mr.
asked
Mrs. Netflix, Miss Netflix. They asked
I love that it's a
them.
lady.
Yeah, they asked them, so like, what are your plans? What's your 10-year plan? And they said they want to expand their subscriber base from, what is it, 80, what's the number?
Million.
Like 86 million, which
To
is their
2.
worldwide subscriber base.
Whoa! I just realized
They want to
Netflix is
expand
worldwide.
that to 200 and something million. What's the number?
What?
We got the number here.
Hold
It's
on. We got the
Don't
number.
worry, we did our
I'm gonna-
reporting. It's
I'm
there.
gonna get it.
200 and
It's like 228 million.
It's a lot of bodies,
we're gonna edit in the number.
and that's not even
number here.
It's not even with the multiplied of how many people you got on your
Oh
Netflix account.
yeah, like how many of your exes you still have sharing your shit?
Oh, do you think they'll change that?
No, hell no.
They better not.
No, but anyway, they want to increase their user base from 86 something million to like 250 something million in 10 years. And that's a lot. You got to think about how big of an empire they are right now.
I'm really wondering though, like what's at play? Like, so when DC revealed DC Universe and all that stuff,
Oh, the digital
their
thing?
digital streaming is like they had comic books on it.
Yeah.
That you could read digital comics on it. Like they're giving
This
a
is the DC thing, right?
they're
Yes.
giving a multimedia
Yeah, because
platform.
they're trying to be Amazon.
But then Netflix, acquires Millar World. Is that their next step now? Is to they
What is Millar World?
That is Mark Millar, the comic
Oh, okay.
artist who gave us, Kick, the comic writer who gave us Kick Ass and so many other things, as a matter of fact.
Wanted.
Good God. Wanted, freaking
Oh my
Kingsman.
God, we were just talking about
Kingsman,
this.
yeah.
today.
Yeah, if Netflix acquired Millar World, are they now thinking of multimedia platforming?
Well, they right now are that's Francis Phone agreeing with his notion. Yeah, well, Netflix is all about creating the content. They went into all that debt a couple years ago because they had faith that eventually we're gonna be able to we're gonna be a new studio. We're gonna compete with Hollywood.
I believe that.
Yeah,
So
and they
wholeheartedly.
clearly are doing that. So
Okay, wait, I got the number. 255.2 million from 83.6 million
there you go.
by 2028.
Yeah, so that's 10 years.
10 years. They
That's-
could do that.
I mean,
How long have they been around?
Netflix?
Yeah, like 10 years? No.
Nah, a little more
They've
than
been more
Oh, more
because
than
I was getting
Well,
Netflix
that's
when I was in
true.
college,
The DVDs.
and I was in college like a long
Look at like
time
15,
ago.
16 years maybe?
And they only have 83. Okay, well, yeah, they need to grow exponentially.
Yeah, that's why we're saying it. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of, and then it says not viewers or whatever. That's subscribers, people
yeah.
that are paying
That's not
for
like,
it.
oh, I mean, how many times somebody watches Luke Cage.
Yeah, and that's with, like Fran said, the DC Universe digital service on the horizon, with Disney's yet to be revealed digital service plan and whatever else might come. Netflix has those big plans. So if you're a fan of the Netflix series that have been coming out and the service and how diverse it is to access it, I mean, you got a lot to look forward to because they're
Well,
gonna
that's
really
like-
be pushing it.
I think everyone watches Netflix in one way, shape, or form.
You might have some people, like, I don't know if all the Crips watch it.
Oh, talk about
You gotta change the colors up.
cat
Yeah.
flicks.
Why can't we?
What?
Anyways, that kind of brings me on to my next point.
There's a segue there?
There is,
Oh, okay.
for world domination,
Oh, okay.
Game of Thrones wrapped.
Yes, it did.
Around the world.
Yeah.
Hey, that dragon, that Ice King is like, okay, world domination. Hello.
That's what it's all about. Hashtag Team Night King. Yeah, they
Ice
rapped.
Ice Baby.
Spoiler. Yeah, they rapped, and a bunch of the actors, Emilia Clarke, Khaleesi, Arya, Maisie Williams, and others, they've been posting these really cryptic images, and then the captions with like these sweet love letters of, oh, I can't believe it's over, blah blah blah.
Like over. Oh yeah, because it's done.
Yeah, it's done filming. So
forever.
Pretty much until they do the 5 fucking spinoffs and shit.
Oh my god.
But those spinoffs might not overlap with this timeline. They might all be like prequel side stories, blah blah blah.
Do you think this is like HBO's like next Sopranos? Remember how like Sopranos was like everything for everybody?
Yeah, I mean Game of Thrones is one of the most popular TV shows ever.
Ever.
Sopranos was too.
No.
But not on this level.
Listen, this is how popular this is. We're walking at Cross County on Sunday. Was it? I don't know. Whatever. Saturday. Whatever day it was. And there's this little girl in front of us. I was like, oh my God, it's so cute. Look at her little waddle. And then she was like walking the wrong direction. The mom was like, Khaleesi, come on.
Stop it.
Dead
and
ass.
I was like,
dead ass. We both were like,
yo.
we're not going to look.
She named the daughter Khaleesi.
And then like it's a little girl. So has to like, she had to been born after Game of Thrones was already a thing.
Wow.
She like,
that's awesome.
Who else's name is Khaleesi?
I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
if I had a daughter, I'd name her Arya. I really would.
That's a nice name.
Not like the first name. It might be the middle
name. But like
name,
Khaleesi's not even a name.
It's a title.
It's a title.
It's like Christ.
Well, we got princess, you know, and stuff like that. Right?
Yo, Christ, come through, bro.
Yeah.
We're going. Take this bottle.
A friend of mine who lives in Croatia, Tina.
Sorry.
Listen, this is why it's funny though, because we're talking about how big the show is. She was telling me after she berated me on one of my posts on IG. She was telling me that her town was like, there's a town near her, or the town she lives in. They were kind of like with World Cup shit, making a bid. They thought that King's Landing or some shit was gonna be in that town, like filmed there. Some shit. They,
okay.
I mean, maybe it's not King's Landing. One of the iconic locales, okay? Right. And they didn't get it. But like to hype it up, she said like there's mad Game of Thrones merch over there.
What?
Like they thought they were gonna get it.
They were gonna be the next Olympics. And
they
like,
thought
it's gonna be here.
It was in the bag, you know. And skirt, they got Jorad. So
in Croatia. Yeah,
I'm trying to talk to her and find out like, but what they got over there, because she said she's the go-to if I want cheap Game of Thrones merch. I could probably get that
because it's there.
That 3-eyed raven, the snow globe over there for
for like $10.
$10 with $20 shipping.
Though.
Yeah, but 20 shipping.
But
I'll still get it for $30.
$100.
Shit.
Well, I mean, I guess we'll look out for, when is this, 2020? 2025? That's when we're getting Game of Thrones.
Shut the no, man! Don't do that.
It's gonna be on Netflix.
Yeah.
Hey.
See all seasons on Netflix once that final season's ready.
We'll come back to this like another episode, but the way AT&T is pitching how they want to incorporate advertising into shit, HBO is not happy.
What?
Ooh. So
AT&T, what is happening?
Remember they bought up the company that owns HBO.
Mm-hmm.
They did? Who owns HBO?
What do you mean? The company.
Clear Channel?
Isn't it a Time Warner company or something like that?
Yeah.
What? Damn, yo. I literally thought HBO was like its own thing.
AT&T stay fucking shit up. But
AT&T. Every time someone says AT&T, I'm like, what is this, Bell South?
Yeah, I remember rollover minutes. Ha!
That's what I'm saying. Like, who's still... Anyway, all right. I'm sorry to anyone who uses AT&T. That's great.
We've been shitting on companies the whole
Fuck
episode.
Your rollover minutes.
Listen, they'll pay us just for publicity.
Wasn't that singular?
Like we said their name.
It used to be AT&T. Then it was it X Singular or some shit like that.
What? That's why I said Bell South. That's what... I think that still exists
Whatever,
in the
man.
South, though.
Then it became Verizon.
All right.
Fuck corporations.
So,
unless they sponsor us.
Throttle.
On the same world domination kick we're on here, you know, Game of Thrones, Netflix, Scarlett Johansson.
What?
She's trying to take over all markets.
She about to play Kim Jong in a fucking biopic.
She like destroying diversity in Hollywood.
Single-handed.
Brings a smile to my face.
Okay, so
I'm every woman.
It's all in me.
Yep.
okay,
I could
I'm
play
trying to
every
find the
single
exact
role.
name of this thing because
Do it naturally.
Yep. You see, right there.
she's gonna be in that music video.
Yeah.
Oh my God! If I do not want to see
She'll play
Scarlett
all the
Johansson in
roles.
brown face as Whitney Houston.
She's gonna be in the sequel of Being John Malkovich.
Okay. So Scarlett Johansson is caught in a scandal where she will be allegedly is going to be playing a transgender man by the name of Dante Tex Gill. Tex is the nickname in quotation marks. I'm quoting.
I thought Dante was
right
the
now.
nickname.
So it's Rub and Tug. That's the name of the movie. So the thing is, it was like this woman who would dress very masculinely, and was trans. It's a biopic.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem that I see, and I didn't know this, okay, shout out to my coworkers, drink if you're listening, is that apparently Scarlett Johansson is producing and making said movie. So it's not just like, oh, Scarlett, we want you to play this character. She herself has self-appointed, I'm going to play said transgender character.
So it's a passion project.
Yeah, where she gets to play a transgendered man.
All right.
What the fuck?
Devil's advocate. There are cisgender men who have played the roles of transgender.
Don't do it.
I'm just saying that they've played in Hollywood movies. They've played transgender individuals.
But that's what she said. She was like,
she's
"Go
not-
talk to these people."
But
And named like all the people.
she's
who
not
had done it.
wrong. My point is, if she's saying that as it means like y'all didn't give them shit, she's not wrong.
I mean, people did give
In
them
that
shit
sense.
though. People did give them shit.
but they
yeah,
got Academy
got
Award nods.
I was gonna say they got awards. Yeah, that's what you mean by they gave them shit.
And
Okay.
they told Kobe no.
They got.
Okay. Listen, okay, so when we do the pictures scrolling thingy on YouTube, I want you to put up a picture of the real person that she'd be playing because this is them.
Okay, I mean,
Looks nothing like Scarlett
Hey.
Johansson.
hey, what's the name? Played Monster. Okay.
I mean, but she didn't
She
put
looked
on
like her.
that much.
And then look, okay, I'm sorry.
Listen, if it's a matter of she doesn't look like the person,
That's just one part of it.
well, I'm just saying, like, she's the one. Look, for all we know, this is a movie that wasn't gonna get made unless she
I know.
fucking produced it. That's one. Two,
I guess.
we don't know what or why she wants to play this particular role. It could
I
be,
think she's trying to get an Oscar.
man, maybe.
I think that's what it is. It's like, oh, this is really iconic. Like, look at this. I'm edgy.
I
I
mean,
can do this.
I don't know.
And
May-
she doesn't have the acting chops, so I
The
don't
problem,
know.
I think the controversy really comes from the fact that this is not the first role
Right.
that Scarlett Johansson's been involved with, where people
Exactly.
feel like, yo, you whitewashing or you are just vanilla-izing.
Yeah, and this time
this-
it was your idea.
this whole
Someone
shit.
didn't just like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if Scarlett Johansson did this? Nah, you were like, I'm doing this. Mess up.
How does the person feel? They're still alive?
No, I think they're dead.
Oh.
But also, so CNN put out this article. This is the one I was looking at. It was about the whole thing, written by Nicole Chavez. Whatever, I Googled and I found the CNN article.
Okay.
But basically, they made a list of all the actual trans actors who could play this character, and all of them look exactly like the person, including Chaz Bono.
I was gonna say, are any of them Chaz Bono?
Yes, including Chaz. They all literally look like the real person, and I'm
But-
like, that's so sad, though.
I don't know.
Well, because what happens is that it's on two fronts. One is if you're not intersex and you're telling an intersex story, you're acting.
Right.
But this is also such a disenfranchised, marginalized group.
Right.
You're actually now taking work away from another artist, from another actor,
Right.
who will not have the opportunity to do this
Right.
without, like, if Scarlett Johansson was like, "Oh, I'm producing this movie, and I'm getting Chaz Bono to do it,"
Right.
then she gets a secret Oscar just for doing it.
Like I would
Fucking
guess
says
that, like,
secret Oscar. Shh, take this
she
off
could
the
just
table.
get an Oscar for being the producer. So.
Right.
We appreciate
But
you.
like, I just feel like you're gonna tell someone else's story. You could also have them be involved. You know, like you're gonna tell my story
but
for
you just
me.
said you think the person's dead.
No, I don't mean like.
You
Have
mean that
the
community? You mean the community?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
All right.
Exactly. Like
Well-
this is the story of a lot of people.
Well, I mean, I need to get more versed on the status of this film, but
Right.
I'll be honest, I don't know if she is taking input from
Right.
people in that community. It may not be all of them who agree with what's happening, or I don't know. But the point is, she's building a track record here of these controversial, castings, and
it's the same director as Ghost in the Shell too.
Yeah. They like
so
each
that's
other.
that's not looking too good for the controversy.
That's the elephant in the room.
I'm trying to look past the controversy really, because everything is clickbait. I was like, and I still don't feel good about it. And I think it's mostly because it's it just feels
It doesn't
gross.
feel right.
It feels gross. Like this is like not it's even past the. It's not your story. I try to. If I recall the Jace Harley Childish Gambino thing, where people are like, well, what's the message? Is the message strong enough to look past the controversy? And I think about Jared Leto after winning the Oscar for
that's one of the names she said too.
Dallas Buyers Club, and he was like, yo, if I knew now what I knew about intersex stories and intersex experiences, if I knew what I knew now before I took the role, I would never have taken the role. He's like, I would have sought out an intersex actor.
Does he
to do that?
I feel like he often regrets roles that
He's like,
takes.
would take it back if I could go back.
That's that method shit.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like I wouldn't have played the Joker if I knew they were going to edit me out the fucking
like
movie,
this.
but you know.
If I knew it was going to send everybody a rat in
I
the
get
box.
it. Like, all these other actors have gotten all these accolades for doing it as well, which is one, I feel like, one of the reasons why she's doing it, but which upsets me.
Wow.
But also,
I mean, that's why she's doing it. I really don't know.
We don't.
Well,
know,
I know she got a cousin.
Like, I know a lot of
I don't
people.
know.
It's like, oh, this is deep. Anyway, but that doesn't. I also feel like. So yeah, look at all those like cisgendered people who are playing these trans people. So you had your chance. Moving on. There's other people who are actually intersex who can do it now. Like, give us our chance now. You did it for mad long.
But you know, this is the tricky thing is, man, we're taking a lot with this. But the tricky thing is, you know, no one likes to be told, no one likes the rope to go up and say, well, we're at capacity. Or you know, ride stops here. Nobody likes to be the person right up on that rope. So she's
like, I just want to get one more.
Yeah, she like you're saying she might be doing it for the awards or the accolades. Maybe that's true. I don't know.
Right.
But the point is, nobody likes to be told you can't do it. And for all we know, her motivations might be purer than those other actors that she mentioned. We don't know.
True.
I don't know.
Tipping points are tipping points.
Yeah,
but I'm saying nobody likes to be.
No one does.
It's bad timing.
Now you can't get on the bus.
Sorry,
Bye.
you can't do it.
Because unlike those other roles, she's actually producing this, so she has a more hands-on approach as to the story that's going to be told.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if the movie gets made or not. I know it's getting a lot of flack and stuff.
That shit's gonna get made.
You think, like, whenever it's on the internet, people go crazy.
It'll get
made. Never mind.
It'll get made.
We're sorry.
You acting like they filming Black Widow's solo film tomorrow. It'll get made.
Yo.
Are they still doing that Confederate show?
She got time.
I don't think they're doing the Confederate show. That got a lot of flack.
No, that's different, and that's not a movie.
That's different.
That's different.
Yeah, that was a show.
It's not even TV. That's HBO.
All right. So, moving on. Spider-Man Homecoming 2 started filming.
The title is Spider-Man
Home Alone.
Far From Home.
Far From Home Alone.
Oh my God, stop it.
He's 22.
So, listen, there was like some footage. First of all, I feel like it's illegal footage. Like someone was filming from another roof and was like, I'm watching Spider-Man being filmed right now. But it was on someone's Twitter, like, look, and it's like a scene of him sitting on a roof. It looks like he just got back from somewhere and he's like looking up at the sky all like sad and shit. And I'm like, oh my God. So this movie begins after, like literally right after Avengers 4, which means one, spoilers, he lives.
Yeah.
He comes back.
Yeah.
Who's excited me. But I also don't know what it means. Like, is he looking up in the sky and being like, oh my God, Iron Man just sacrificed his life so that I could come back?
Well, listen, you know how films are shot out of chronological order. For all we know, this is at the end of the film after he just got some.
I don't know. From shooting, I'm really trying to figure out if maybe he's wondering how it was after the next Infinity War, how Scarlett Johansson came back as Okoye. He's like, how did you do that?
Dora Milaje.
Wow. That went over a lot of people's shaved heads just now.
I got it. No. So Well, okay, that's my nerd conspiracy theory, is that he's like just reminiscing on how Iron Man just gave up his life for him.
Nah, he came back from space. He like, yo, I was up there.
Nah, this is after him and MJ
turned to dust up there.
Nah, him and MJ got to second base.
He looking at the sky.
Yeah,
he just like spelunked from the sky and was like, oh God, I remember MJ.
Listen, ain't nothing gonna ground you more than the kiss of a woman you love. You know what I'm saying?
Or a handful of boob.
Or a handful of that boob.
Wait, what grade is he in?
He's in
he wasn't a
great
senior.
enough.
Great enough to go to space and
they
die?
They were skinny dipping in Homecoming. Fuck out of here. Come on.
Skinny?
I mean, I
was like, when were they skinny?
He's got to be like a sophomore.
I think he's a sophomore.
He ain't gonna be soft no more.
So that's the good. Okay, so but why would it be like far from home? It's just so sad.
Because, well, remember we talked about it, that the early reports were that this was gonna be a DK global story, and it was gonna not just be in the neighborhood, you know.
So he's like in London.
Yes, I think it's a school, like a study abroad type situation.
Trip, or I don't know. I have no idea what the excuse is, but he's gonna
from Queens to London.
Wherever.
Wait, is there a sanctum in?
Yeah, London.
There's one in London, which is the one that got destroyed though.
New York.
Hong Kong.
No, the Hong Kong one.
Like destroyed.
So, I mean, who knows what his reasons could be for specifically going to London, but he's going to be around the world, not just in Queens.
Will he get to use his real voice?
He's going to be wherever the fuck Jake Gyllenhaal is, because he's Mysterio.
Oh.
Wherever Jake Gyllenhaal is, that's where he's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's where he'll
All right,
be.
well, it's set to come out within 11 months. That's what they're saying. 11 months from now, that movie's going to be out. I feel like that's a really fast turnaround.
Wait. 11 months?
That's what it said in this article I read.
So, wait, we're in July. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because it would be after Avengers 4.
Yeah.
Damn,
that's like, whoever edits that movie, you guys are like already ready. You're like editing as it's filming. You're like,
they got it.
That's a 2-piece and a biscuit. It's going to be like movie. Blah. Just gonna be
They're going to do it again, just like
movies.
this year.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel.
Well, on that same note, and this is a sad note, we lost a great Steve Ditko.
Yeah.
Classic.
Who co-created Spider-Man, so that is a good segue.
He did.
Yeah, he did. Oh, that. I mean, the man lived to be 90.
Yep.
He got to see his his scribbles turn into notes, turn into characters, turn into franchises with the world over. Mm-hmm. Bless that man's creativity. I mean, it's so bizarre to see someone make so much, and then when they go, you're like, I hope they was happy with how it turned out.
Yeah.
What's some of your favorite Steve Ditko stuff?
Well, he also co-created Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He's literally responsible for like all of the mystic imagery.
Yeah.
The way his artwork laid out is what led into the trippy visuals that we get in the movie now.
It was LSD in ink form.
Word.
He was on another plane.
50, 60, he was doing some things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I just know that I read in that like comic version of Stan Lee's life that they had a falling out and he quit Marvel.
Yeah.
It was so sad. I think I'm still on that part of the book too.
That happens to a lot of these comic creators. Like eventually there's a falling out and then they jump ship or they Mark Millar it and build their own ship, because artists, as you guys know, they will find a medium even if they have to create it to express themselves, and often egos come into play and they clash. And Stan Lee gets a lot of the credit for a lot of the successes of Marvel, but you forget people like Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko and whatever. But at the end of the day, Ditko, you can tell a Spider-Man from him. Just based on his style, and that impacted so many other artists. Lots of beautiful tribute images were coming out over this past week. Yeah, man. Just from other artists giving daps and props to somebody who really helped create one of the most iconic fictional characters of all time. Yeah. So
I was reading an article that was like, oh yeah, he created Doctor Strange, he created Spider-Man, but he also did so much more even after he left Marvel. Mm-hmm. Like he went over to DC and did a lot, and they said that he even helped create like Blue Beetle and stuff like that. And I was like, what?
And a lot of his offshoot things that he played around with became canon
real things.
across the big two, Marvel and DC divide. Like he is the actual bridge.
He's Sam.
I mean, yes, Steve Ditko is the bridge because Jack Kirby and Stan Lee.
I got that reference.
Had gone back and forth doing things with what would become Marvel and what would become DC, so forth and so on. And Ditko was kind of did both of them in that way. Like a lot of the art that we see in the New Gods happened at the same time happened in the same like years as some of the early Thor stories. So when we watch Thor Ragnarok, so much of the design in there is influenced by the work that Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko did together.
Well, I honestly feel like comic book artists still have the ability to like be new and like innovative. I feel like there's a lot of things in this world where like I don't know if people can be as special as they used to be. Like how can we have another Steve Ditko? But I really feel like in the world of illustration and stuff, like it's still possible. Yeah. To, like have that.
Tip of the hat, yeah.
R.I.P.
Rip in peace, Steve.
Rip in peace.
Thank you.
So next, we're gonna keep it Marvel. I feel like we always keep it Marvel, but it's cool. It's cool. We're gonna talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh yeah, spoilers.
Full spoiler.
Like full
you know what it
spoiling.
is.
I feel like
When you
spoiler
clicked on
sounds like
this.
a yoga move now. Like I'm spoiling.
That's whoa. Ladies, send
I'm
me
just saying.
pics of your yoga spoiling positions.
It just sounds like that.
I'm single. I'm gonna act single.
And there she was, full spoiler.
Full spoiler.
Oh my god.
And there he was, man.
This was your idea.
Full spoiler.
But you have an idea and then other people like make it into like a world.
Steve Ditko knows.
Steve Ditko. Anyway. What?
We just talked about how
I'm pinching my
Make a
nose bridge
world.
for y'all to know. Anyway.
Can we stop talking about Bridges?
Throg.
Jeff
Ant-Man
Bridges, Lloyd Bridges,
and
no Bridges.
Wasp. There was no Bridges.
Okay.
I don't think so.
There was.
Anyway, I loved it. So first reactions, and then we'll do ratings. So I just thought...
No analysis, just straight up reactions and ratings.
Just reactions
Fuck
and
it.
ratings. I mean, you can say stuff that you didn't like if you want. But I just thought it was really good because I'm sometimes worried when they use humor along with a story because it can sometimes be like they're two separate things. Like, oh, that was the funny part, but let's get back to business. So I like that there was funny parts, but it was about the business, and I feel like they do that really well in like the Ant-Man movies. So I was worried they were going to like fuck it up, but I think it was great. The story was good. Acting was great. Michael Pena was great. Truth Serum was great.
Yo.
Baba Yaga.
Oh my god, when he screamed, he was like, Baba Yaga. I was like, oh my god.
That dude's accent still bothers me to this moment.
It does.
It's going to, and it will continue to, but you know what?
But you know what? He didn't switch it up, so good for you.
Nope.
He didn't.
Good for you.
Also, T.I. is still doing T.I. I thought it was fine.
Yo.
The ex-con boys, I mean, they held it down. No matter what the size of their desks, no matter what type of pastry was available, they paid the rent.
They did.
On time.
They sealed the deal. They sell tasers, apparently.
Yeah, movie was dope. I loved. Wait. We said we wasn't going deep, right?
What?
We're going ham. We're going ham.
I was just doing first reactions, but just
first reaction. Okay, first
Go
reaction.
ahead.
First reaction was great. I enjoyed it. When Edgar Wright, writes a screenplay, like there's a clear difference between the type of humor between part one and hitting this part 2. Mm-hmm. It's different type of humor, but that shit still hit. It still hit for me. I would enjoy. I actually had fun. It was a welcome breath of fresh air of fun.
It was.
It was very fun. I left smiling. I went to go see it with Mima, with my mom's. She has seen out of the 19 Marvel movies.
Oh my god.
She's seen like 12 of them in theaters.
Woo.
But she's seen them all.
So
shout out to Mima.
And she loved this one. She really did. I'll give her a rating too separately. But
yes.
Okay. But it was a lot of fun. I to kind of jump on the momentum train that y'all was setting. Like the humor definitely was the business.
Yeah.
And I would say that the beats of humor were spaced more intelligently than Thor Ragnarok. Because Thor Ragnarok was great. I love Thor Ragnarok. But I felt like it was humor. Like it just kept going. This one had like, you know, some serious moments. Yeah. But when the humor hit, it was like, full on. And then
like Paul Rudd. That's just like
that's what I was gonna get to. This film felt like Rudd, Rogan, and the boys. Their type of awkward humor. It was not the Edgar Wright type of awkward. This was the I wish it was an R-rated type of Apatow take on. Marvel, let Apatow do one movie.
Or like consult. Come in and
No. Give him the reins.
Wow.
Odin is dead. Let him rule one.
Somebody's gonna get pregnant.
Hey Netflix, Jessica Jones about to get pregnant. That's in the script, right? That's in the future.
Well,
anyway. Like it was that kind of humor. Like Paul Rudd, when I saw he had credit for like writing, I was like, "Yup." It was so clear, and it had a lot of heart though. The moments with him and his daughter, and all that stuff. The fact that it's more of a modern type of family, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my God, that was the cutest part. They were like so happy together. I was like, this is like opposite than the other movie, but it makes sense.
The fourth wheel hug, you know, and it just comes in late.
Yeah, and then the little girl. Oh my God, I love her
great.
so much.
She's great.
Dope.
But yeah, that was my hot take.
She's the next. What's that girl's name? The blonde hair and the blue eyes. She's a really good actress.
Dakota Fanning?
Yeah, she's like brunette Dakota Fanning.
Okay.
She's gonna grow up and be amazing.
There's a lot of child actresses.
No, her.
Okay.
And the girl who played Little Wolverine.
No, stop it. First of all.
Daphne King needs to get a
you can't call her Little Wolverine, okay? She is Little Weapon X-23.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Little Weapons.
That movie's on like Netflix or Prime or something, and I was watching it the other day. Like, God, this girl is fucking a maniac. She's killing everybody. She's cutting heads off and throwing them at people.
But then you watch the making of, and she's adorable.
Watch that.
Covered in like cornstarch blood.
She's like, hee hee. Okay, cool.
Tee in Espanol, you know.
Well, okay. So what do we rate it? I want out of
damn. No analysis, none.
Okay, you can analyze.
But don't assume analysis is bad.
No, analysis is analyze it. Thank you. I'm the host. Analyze it and then give your rating out of toy cars.
Okay.
10 toy cars.
All right.
Or miniature cars, because they were real cars.
Those were Hot Wheels. That was a Hot Wheels
leading the way.
They had real.
He had a whole fucking Hot Wheels case.
Menagerie.
Okay. Let's say it. Since Mike is into this analysis, you go first.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, this movie had antagonists, but none of them were like ominously, like none of them were like evil.
No jokers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, nothing here was like pure evil. Like I thought that Marvel went hard to make Thanos sympathetic, and then this one
even more
went it was like, can you really be mad at her? It's not even her fault.
Like, I'm dying.
Ghost, referring to Ghost.
I liked her a lot too, though.
Like, it was an interesting plot twist when they showed that, you know, Lawrence Fishburne's character was working with her.
I know, but he was still sympathetic too. Like,
yeah,
he was just like a caregiver.
There are rules to this shit.
He shaves now.
I called her the edgy Rashida Jones.
Okay, all right. I think Rashida Jones would be offended that you don't think she's edgy. Herself.
I'm just saying
is edgy.
She's edgy.
Okay.
She could be edgy. I love Rashida Jones.
I love her too. Put her in a Marvel movie.
Oh my God. I love that.
My God.
Yeah. So that aspect of it was kind of like whatever drives it, and then just I thought it was smart narratively. It was like the opposite of Infinity War. Infinity War was this huge film, the biggest movie ever,
The biggest movie. I don't know. Incredibles 2.
And this, well, I just mean in the scope. Like, what the fuck is bigger than this? Like, as much as Star Wars talks about galaxy far, far away, you're on 3 planets and that's it. At most, you know, at most. Cold. And even when you go to the planet, you go to like the crampest ass place there. You go to a fucking cantina for 2 minutes and then you leave. And then okay, you leave, yeah. So let's be real. Right.
Or it gets destroyed on your way out.
Exactly. So fucking this movie was like the opposite of that. It took place over the course of 2.5 days, and they explain everything, and you know it was tight, you know, and I thought it was a lot of fun, a lot of humor. The action was cool. Wasp kicked ass. We were right.
She kicked so
this
much
is
ass.
Wasp and Ant-Man. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Fuck out of
here.
here.
They were like so mad at each other at times too that I was like, yo, this is like rightfully so though. Like, what the fuck, Ant-Man?
Yeah.
It's so weird because when he shows up in Civil War, you like are so excited because it's like he's funny, he's here.
But it's true. Like they never would have let him do that. When you really think back and you're like, why would they be like, yeah, Ant-Man needs to be a part of that?
I did not feel the gravitas of Civil War as much.
No, it felt like haha.
Up until Ant-Man, when I watched this fallout between
his family,
between him, his family, and then Hank and freaking Janet, I'm like, damn.
But you know, we got some magic tricks out of it.
My god, I love. What's his name from Fresh Off the Boat?
Randall Park.
Oh my
he was
god,
great.
He was
you mean Jim Halpert? Wasn't that Jim Halpert?
When he's in his office and he's like trying to do the magic and he's like, ah.
Yeah, that was
like, wait, how did you do that?
That was an Office joke for people who love The Office. Yeah, no, Jim Halpert was great.
Jim Halpert.
Did you want to get dinner?
Jim Halpert of the FBI.
You know, I'll see
Agent Woo.
He's like, I'll see you next time. You know, like when I arrest you, or you know, did you want to get dinner? That was like, come on.
He's like, you said it like we were gonna go out later.
Like right there, if Apatow was there, just one casual fuck no from. You know, that would have been perfect. The kids wouldn't have cried. But nah, great movie. Rating out of the toy cars?
Yeah, 10 toy cars.
7.9.
Oh, I feel like that's low for me.
Like close to an 8.
Okay.
Close to an 8.
My analysis. I don't know. I guess I already gave my analysis.
Your ant analysis?
My ant analysis. Oh. I don't know. I don't really have like analysis. I really just feel like everything you said. Like the villain was really great. I don't think if they had like a really intense villain, it would have took me right out of it. I don't think it would have paced well. I think it would have been kind of strange. But I mean, they could have made it work. But yeah, I love the villain. I like the interweaving of all the stories and these new characters and these new stories and these new backstories, which is hard to introduce in a part 2. But they're able to do it. It's like, oh, he's gonna introduce an entire backstory about Ant-Man that like has nothing to do with the Avengers and like Agent Carter.
Oh.
But you did. But yeah, so I actually give it like 9 out of 10 toy cars.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go see it again.
I will. I'm gonna start with the number. I give it 7 out of 10.
You guys are so mean.
I gave it almost an 8.
That's a hard-earned 7. Though.
I gave it almost an 8.
7.5 even. But and I give it credit for picking up where, as far as superhero movies go, Infinity War has shifted the entire villain paradigm in the same way that Dark Knight did before it. Like Dark Knight, you know, some people just want to watch the world burn. We had that idea, but it was never as crystallized as Heath Ledger's Joker. Under Christopher Nolan's direction. After that, we have to think differently about villains just because it happened. And now after Thanos in Infinity War, and how much sympathy and empathy we have for his choices and decisions that he made and why, we now have to redefine how we're looking at villains.
Yeah, that makes us believe in villains these days.
In a big budget superhero film. Ergo, we get the Bill Foster and Ghost. We get that interplay between them, the interplay between Ghost and everyone else, between Bill Foster and Hank Pym. It's like our villains are usually our friends. So it's kind of like this really, or used to be our friends. Or even like
Killmonger and stuff like that. It's like, you're like, oh, I'm understanding the villain much more than I ever would. And I feel like even in this one where it's like she's dying, she wants to get the power from the mom. And they're like, but my mom, you know, and then you're like, man, she's dying though, and your mom is in a quantum realm. You haven't seen her in like 30 years.
She did that by choice.
Well, but that was a little bit weird too. Like, not to nitpick, but it was like, all right, you got a few weeks, But
And then it turned into like days the next day. I was like,
yeah,
what
they
the
were like, you got a few weeks, but the mom needs to get out like right now.
hell? Right.
Because otherwise we got 100 years.
Which then she's
So
just gone.
yeah, she's probably gone. So it was like, that was kind of weird. Like, yo, let her come out real quick. And then
we figure it out,
We use
right?
all the rest of that shit for you. You got it.
And then it
That's
didn't
what
matter.
Lawrence Fishburne
Yeah,
said.
then
He was
none
like,
of it
she's
mattered.
a freaking
And then
genius.
none
She
of
can
it
heal you.
mattered.
Then it didn't matter because she touched the temples and it was like, whoa.
But I don't think
no,
she.
no,
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 I
no,
don't think
no.
she healed her when she touched the temple.
No, she just gave her quantum energy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she
was like, calm
stabilized her.
down.
Yeah, and now she needs more of it
Yeah.
to like
No, I was
sustain.
saying it
Which
doesn't
kind
matter
of.
because everybody turned to fucking
Oh,
dust.
That's
Wait,
right.
I was gonna say, which brings us to our next thing before we go to our last thing.
Well, wait, I was gonna just say something about the villains because like, Marvel's been trying to push this whole sympathetic villain thing hard since like Iron Man 2
Yeah.
with Mickey Rourke's fucking.
It didn't work.
Oh,
It didn't work.
You
No,
couldn't think
it
of a
didn't
Mickey
work.
Rourke's character?
Yeah, because
Because the double play, the double cross. Of,
Yeah,
you
it
made
wasn't-
Me, I made you.
well, no, because like
that didn't
Stark fucked over his dad. We see his dad die in his arms, and then you know he's supposed to sympathize with the fact that Tony Stark was living fucking reckless. Like, yeah, you were a hero, but you were still a mess.
Yeah.
And
You're no Batman
that was
and
like the
Bruce
comeuppance of that we were supposed to be seeing, like for the hubris, whatever.
So
Anyway.
getting it right now.
But I'm just saying, like, Marvel is trying to make these sympathetic villains. Like, they've been doing a lot of that. They, in some cases, even turning villains into the heroes. You know, with like Yondu, Loki.
Right.
You know, so I'm a little bit worried, just a little bit, because that's one of the aspects that makes like Doctor Doom a special villain because of his origin. And it's like, yeah, he eventually does a lot of evil shit, but where he started, like the reason he was trying to do what he was doing, it was like
Very noble.
noble as fuck. Like, don't stop him; it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It would have worked if Benjamin Grimm didn't fuck with the shit in the original story.
Right.
Well, maybe that's the segue. Is that, you know, the segue is this is the age of the sympathy, and maybe it ends with Doctor Doom after the acquisition of Fox.
And then we get back to the evil villain.
Yeah, because then I'm thinking of like, not to think too much ahead, but like Galactus. You can't really make him that sympathetic. It's the fact that he's a force of nature in the universe that and so unstoppable, DK.
But you don't know what everyone's plans are. Like this phase 2 or whatever Marvel is. What if it's that, we're making all of these evil people relatable so that when Galactus comes, it's like, this is the
There's no
one
reasoning.
dude,
Well,
that we all can't be
maybe.
like,
I
you
don't
know.
want to harp on it. I'm gonna let it rock because
I know Galactus
I'm
has
gonna-
backstory
no,
and
less
stuff.
about the backstory, more about the scope. I was like, whenever our scope is expanded,
Yeah.
our sympathy increases.
Yeah.
Because we can see more of people's stories.
Right.
I was like, in order for us to, because I don't even know how the fuck they got us to give a fuck about Thanos that way. Because I've never given a fuck about Thanos that way, even reading the story.
Because it made sense.
Right, but because the scope is bigger, now I can see more. Now
Yeah.
I can feel empathy. So I'm like, I don't know how big the scope got to be for me to give a fuck about Galactus that way.
That's
But
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying. They're
saying.
going
Ja.
to figure it out.
He's gonna eat our fucking planet.
So, lastly, before we move on, last thing is the mid-credit scene. We see, what's his name? Ant-Man goes into the quantum realm, and then he's like, pull me out, guys! And then you see everyone has turned to dust. Is every fucking mid-credit scene gonna be someone turning to dust?
yes.
Until Infinity War's sequel, then yes.
God!
Then-
My heart!
Yeah.
I was like...
I was kind of mad.
I was like, oh, they're going to get the quantum energy. And then I was like...
I was kind of disappointed that Luke Cage didn't have any of that.
Which I was gonna say when we talk about Luke Cage, I was
We'll
like,
get
are
there.
these people just like
kinda-
immune to the Thanos snap? So everybody in like the
They're in
Netflix
Harlem.
Said he
Marvel
put a
cinema-
wall around Harlem.
Oh, they put a wall around that
Yeah.
snap. Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here with this bullshit, that downtown shit.
Daredevil and Jessica Jones get to be like, boop, doo, doo, doo,
Yup.
doo.
Hell-
And
Hell's
then
Kitchen
all
could
of
get
their
it.
friends and all the people in their like 10 block radius.
Rand
Hell's Kitchen could
Corporation.
get this work.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like-
Snap.
He snapped and everyone but New York City disappeared. Apparently.
because he put a wall around it. He hugged it.
Yeah, that was depressing for
Yeah, that mid credit scene, like, even though I was fully aware that was a thing, the reaction from the audience was amazing.
Yeah.
That was really
People
like,
forgot.
everybody was like,
because we were having a good time.
But it's also because
everything ended up nice.
Yeah, but there was little hints there, possibly about how they're gonna get out of that situation in Avengers 4 because
he's stuck in a quantum realm.
Yeah, but Janet also warns him. This is the first time where they like bring that up about what time vortexes or some shit. Yep. She says avoid those. Like be careful.
When she go.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's also another way to make sure that Ant-Man doesn't get Thanos snapped away because he was nowhere in existence.
That's a good point. Else like maybe if they hide everything in the.
It's about resources, he said. So if everything's smaller or quantum is like,
right,
or there's a whole nother, or if the quantum energy
like another world
is the resource that can replaces the depleted
arc
resources
reactors
that he's talking about.
Fuck your arc reactor,
just gotta go
Tony.
Subatomic.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we'll see how that.
You're
all
not
plays
thinking
out
small enough, darling.
Just makes you think about Harvey Birdman.
No, Tom Harvey is who I was referring to with that line. No, too deep a cut.
Who is the man in the suit?
All right, now Francis is diving deeper into the quantum realm here.
I mean, we're gonna go into Luke Cage. Luke Cage. I will admit, not defeat, but that I was a little bit wrong, and it got better. It gets better.
I love how she says a little bit wrong. After
that, little bit.
Your initial take on the first episode was basically
I was like basura.
Yeah, my fake tweets when I like something, when I say straight dog shit.
It was,
and I get people crying.
I still
like literally crying that I said that. They're like, no.
But it was so bad. I couldn't do it. I still to this day hate Mariah and Shade's relationship.
Who?
Who? Mariah Stokes.
She's like her relationship with Shades. Every time I just vomited in my mouth.
It's cringy.
Yeah,
it's really cringy.
I could have done without that. I understand why I was there. I get it. I see. We needed to see this. Whatever.
I still don't get it, but I don't care. Eventually, you don't care.
Yeah. Eventually, you just move on. You're
once you know that Sugar's okay.
I know. I was really glad he was okay.
You know.
I was sad the other guy died though. He was really cool. What's his name?
Comanche?
No. Oh, that was sad. I was like, oh man, the love of your life.
Wait, who was the other guy that died?
The one in the very last episode that made Tilda be like, oh no, my mom is a monster.
Nah,
but she also
man.
got him killed too.
Fuck out of here. He wanted Shade's spot. He got what he got.
He did want Shade's spot.
He knew what the fuck was up. Like, nah, no.
But he was so sweet.
I don't give a fuck how immaculate.
Alex.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck how immaculate your fucking shape up was.
Yeah, it was.
You knew what the fuck it was.
It's true. He was like, I don't want to die.
She said, you knew my mother better than anybody. He was like, I tried to get out. I just couldn't. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
She didn't cup your whole balls.
Well, so I just want to say, from the moment Bushmaster really showed himself, not in the, I cut off someone's head, it's in the bag of the money, blah, 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 blah. But like he started like just talking and just being himself. And then he started fighting with the like illest capoeira I've ever seen in my life.
It was pretty cool.
I was like, okay, I understand why you got a guy who wasn't straight up Jamaican, because you needed him to fight like this. You're like, sorry, you will learn patois. You're going to do this role. But like the conversations he would have with anybody were expertly written. And I've never said that about any Netflix like show, like, oh, expertly written. Like, yeah. Dialogue hasn't been the strong point in these, but like his scenes were just like perfect for me.
Him and the dude with him that at the end he apologizes to Nightshade and says, you know, basically, I'm glad I didn't kill you.
Yeah,
you're a good woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, those two have the most poetic,
and
cool sounding lines.
Anansi is actually the guy.
I felt bad for him, man.
He's the guy who actually played Fela in the Broadway musical. We were noticing while we were watching it. Nice. Was like, oh, that's Fela. And I was like, yo, he was phenomenal as Fela. So he did great for me in this too.
Yeah, he can't do bad things.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It was dope. It was it's getting blacker. In a weird, in a way that's
in every way.
Yo, it's getting blacker in a way that's
Thanos snap wall around Harlem.
Like there's blackish, and then there's.
I mean, but it looks because it looks like there are casting choices being made and stories being written that separate this story in particular from all the other ones, because all this Claire shit is whatever, but we know it's supposed to be Luke and Jessica.
Right.
I was like, for what
Which
it's
I'm
worth.
still shipping. I know everyone else is like, nah,
You don't even gotta ship it.
You ain't even gotta ship it. That's gonna happen. Yeah.
I hope so.
That's like Lois and Clark. Like it's
Aww.
gotta
Yes.
happen.
It's
like
Gina
Claire is
Scott.
dope, but I want Claire to like either like be on her own or like be with Colleen. or
They
whatever.
off-paneled Claire. Like
They did.
That was foul.
She was in another movie. She had to have been. They're
They-
like, they'll look and she's not there, and then you're like, oh shit.
she only got mentioned verbally.
She did.
Tell her to go home.
Toward
Tell
the
her to
end.
go.
Yeah, he said, tell her to go
Oh.
home.
But yeah, it was. I mean, it was dope. The first few, you got to wade through the first 4 or 5 episodes.
Like all these Netflix series,
Like
like most
always.
of them, not
Like
all,
most of them.
Because
Deadass
I
most
still
of them.
feel like Punisher was above all that. It
It
was.
was, but some people say you do still have to wait
Yeah,
through it.
yeah.
I mean, I don't feel that way, but
Yeah, different. It's a different kind of storytelling. This was cool. It was something. It's been they're weaving in a lot of interesting messaging
yeah.
around the tapestry of blackness, and how the Caribbean diaspora plays into that, and how they play against each other, how play with each other. Like my
Mama
favorite.
Mabel is a monster.
My favorite scene so far in that whole thing was watching Bushmaster use the nightshade and speak to the Orisha at the same time as we're juxtaposed with Luke's dad giving a sermon. So,
Yeah, that was cool
so
scene.
for me, I was just like, oh snap! For a lot of people of color, that's like everything wrapped into one.
Yeah.
It was dope.
I enjoyed this season. I mean, I still don't think I enjoyed it as much as I did first half of season 1 of Luke Cage. But Bushmaster was real cool.
Yeah.
Like he was an interesting character. Mariah,
Oh,
I
God.
liked how her arc ended.
Yeah, I like that she died.
Wha-
Sorry.
Wow.
But not just I like
Not
that-
like Alfre Woodard.
No,
I
no.
love her.
No,
I
but
think,
in a lot of ways I agree with you, Aisha. Like I'm glad she's out of the picture, but
Yeah.
the way that they wrapped up her impact on the story, I thought was well done.
yeah, it's true.
Like cuz at the beginning I didn't see her being the one to get to where they got to at the end of season 2.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought that was going to be Cottonmouth's trajectory.
Right.
And I still feel like
It
I
could
wish
have
the
been.
story would have been his to that point.
yeah.
But it's fine it wasn't.
Mahershala Ali is getting Oscars. He's got
Yeah,
shit.
it's fine. What's the name? Misty Knight.
Oh yeah.
Misty Knight.
I loved
Simone
her hair
Missick.
this time.
Yeah,
AKA
like-
Jesus.
And that woman she was fighting with, God, she was terrible. No offense to her.
Oh, the one who plays Nandi.
I hated that whole thing.
Oh, the one that ended up betraying
Yeah,
and all that
snitching.
stuff. Yeah, they kept. I hated their basketball stories. I don't care
Oh
about.
my God, it was.
They
so
have too many
dumb.
basketball stories. You
And
were
then
you
you
were at
mix
AAU
it.
for like one summer. You got too many stories for that one fucking bus trip.
It's so true.
Like
And then you're
so
like,
much
oh.
shit went down. I want to hear. Remember when Nancy got pregnant? No,
You're like,
that didn't. None of that
what?
happened. None of that
She
happened.
gave birth in the locker room.
It still dropped 20. Like, come on, man. No.
And her wig was just driving me insane. I was like, how come you got like the plastic Barbie? It doesn't move when I turn my head.
And why she fight in the same outfit that Kelly Price was wearing when she was singing with like Whitney Houston?
Yeah, I was like, take your jacket off.
Now, this Luke Cage 2, season 2, did what Jessica
shit.
Jones season 2 didn't do at all.
Oh my God.
Which was tie in and show some type of connections and repercussions for what happened
Right.
in the Defenders. And then we had episode 10 where we got, buddy team up.
I was upset at that episode in the very beginning. I was like, oh God. I was having PTSD.
Yet-
and I was like, is this a webisode?
This is my problem, and this is where they're not a comic book. Because in a comic book, you can have Luke Cage's series come out on, and be on racks on Wednesday, as well as his team up episode with Iron Fist. That comic, you can pick up both.
Right.
As a show, I'm like, look, either do it or don't.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna do the whole Heroes for Hire shit, either do it or don't. Now,
make
they're
it weird.
obviously don't-ing. No,
They're
no,
not going to do it? Because why did they bring it up all that
no.
time?
This is my point, because like what Francis is saying, what they're doing and establishing with Luke himself and this world is strong on its own.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I get how they want to pay homage, and there is interesting dynamics between him and Danny in the comic books, it still to me feels a bit forced on the show.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, yo, either fucking do a whole mini arc.
Forced.
Yeah, like either do like a 4 or 5 episode arc or don't. Like that one episode, one-off shit made no sense. Because I was like, look, if you know you're about to fight Bushmaster,
are we taking this?
Why are you sending Danny home?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, all right,
Let's
thanks,
end
man.
Yeah.
Teach me some shit.
It was like they went out to lunch for like the day.
No, they went in for scrubs. Like he brought Danny for that. And then there was this whole thing about energy, this like mini type thing about your darkness and your anger.
No, I enjoyed that a lot. Actually.
No, that was cool.
It was fine.
But by the end, that was replaced by other shit. I feel like I don't know.
No, it's the same thing. It carried on through to the end, to the last episode.
But still, like if you know, all right, we fought the scrubs. Thanks, Danny. You can go back to your desk job. Fuck that. I need you for this. This is what I need you for.
These is facts.
But then you find out
sense.
that like Claire sent him, so it was obvious. Just like side note,
no,
Claire sent me to help your like chakras.
Claire sent, but Luke also said to give them a call or some shit. He asked somebody to call Danny. Like it was for some shit. Luke said that. I remember that part. Luke willingly, because if you would have forced Danny on Luke, Luke would have been like, nah, I don't want you. Luke asked him to be there.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
After they like hid at their random pharmaceutical lab.
I really liked what Finn Jones is now doing.
What is that?
It was better.
It was Justin Timberlake.
No, I liked it because it looked more like what would anticipate from that fight scene to that Wu track. That shit was amazing. That was a really dope ass fight scene.
I was like not paying attention.
It was what I expected from a Power Man Iron Fist team up. It's just Luke Cage rocking heads, but then it's Danny kind of being a little more smooth around him. I think I just really want the team up to happen, and I want it to be good. But that one scene, and it was what, like 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, I was invested. I was like, this looks really cool if they get this right.
Whether that was Finn or the stunt double, it looked better. I'm gonna say that.
It did, yeah. It looked better. I still was in my PTSD moment, so I was like, oh god,
yeah,
why?
the building was still falling around you.
Even that moment when they're standing on Edgecombe, looking out over Harlem. That one scene was actually really good.
I agree with that.
And it was anchored a lot. They could have almost let Danny go there.
Bye, man. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for the advice.
Yeah.
But see, this is what I'm saying, friends. Like, I agree with you. I'm not saying I don't like when they team up, because I want to see that. Yeah. But my thing is, since they only did it briefly,
right?
It feels forced. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, we gotta check this box.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna do it more later, and it's like they just keep trying to like leave you little breadcrumbs until finally
season 5, like
when Danny can fight better.
I don't want this to turn into Arrow.
It is. This is TV. Yeah, still TV. They're still waiting for the Defenders to come back together. They're still like they're not gonna give us what we want before that.
Of more of this.
I'm just saying, I don't want them to give us what we want after we probably don't care anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's how TV works.
And then they might make something new, and then you'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Well, that's where I'm hoping Netflix is different.
Where's the fucking stone woman?
Well,
in Game of Thrones, man.
But again, that's not TV, France.
Fuck out of here! It's on TV.
Well, the biggest thing that happened before we close out is that now Luke Cage is now running Harlem's Paradise, and Tilda
running Harlem.
The daughter is not. Which you would think she would, because after, she killed her own mom, which I knew she did. When she kissed her on the lips, I was like, oh shit, she poisoned her. It's like poison ivy.
Shout out to all my Spanish teachers. Wow. Because I read what it said at the top of her fucking notes.
Yeah.
What did it? Oh, I wasn't even
translated to like Kiss of the Spider.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, that ain't good.
That was the best. I was like, thank God this is how she died. This is perfect.
Yeah.
But so at the end, I was like, okay, so I had all these analogies in my head. I was like, Luke Cage is the Bernard, Misty is, or Luke Cage is the Dolores.
We almost went Westworld
Misty
free.
is the Bernard.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, no, that doesn't make sense because Luke Cage doesn't want to burn it all. He's like, I'm gonna make it work. So then in the end, I was like, no, listen.
Whole process.
No, I did. So Luke Cage is a Baratheon, and Tilda.
The fuck?
He is, because he's like, oh man, I gotta make it better, so I'm gonna storm the castle. And he's like, now I'm on the throne. Fuck. All right, I gotta do this and make it better. And then Tilda's the Khaleesi, like, what the fuck? That's my birthright. Boom.
Wow.
That
was a.
You're not wrong.
That was an accurate, gross oversimplification. I didn't think those things could happen together.
You spoiled 3 shows in one.
I had a process.
You the Basquiat crown of spoiler.
Wow. You can wear that shit.
But that means that Luke Cage is gonna have to leave the throne. He's gotta go. He can't be up there.
He has to fall from grace in order for there to be heroes for hire situation.
He lost pops.
Right. I want him to, and he lost his pops because the actor passed away.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Reggie
know.
Caffey.
Yeah.
R.I.P. another one.
Yeah. But there's gonna have to be a fall from grace. You're right. You're absolutely right, France. He's basically running Harlem, and what I'm hoping they do is that his decision to keep crime out of Harlem is just gonna make it harder for
Everybody
Danny,
else,
Sokovia Accords. I get it.
No.
None of this matters for them. I don't understand.
Daredevil and Punisher. Like I'm hoping that it makes their jobs harder, and then they go, yo, Luke, and that might be the inertia that gets them to join forces again.
And then heroes for hire.
What?
That how
they don't even have to sign the accords.
That the Sokovia Accords don't apply to like New York.
I'm telling you, nothing applies to New York.
But even Misty would have to sign that.
But let's be real. I don't know. That's another thing. I've completely lost time for where. Like I don't know when Luke Cage season 2 is taking place in the MCU timeline.
Maybe everything is taking place in that 2 years between.
If this is post Civil War, then Shield and Hydra, both of those things are basically
Kaputski
defunct, because that's what they said that Ant-Man,
yeah.
Which I thought was real interesting, because then I'm wondering, well, damn, at the end of Infinity War, what the fuck was Nick and
where's Coulson?
They were going to the
Colby Smolder. What were they doing? Like
Maria Hill.
Yeah, what were they doing?
They were
they
chilling.
had secret missions.
They was going to get
they're in
Shield, for like scratch tickets.
Shield.
Secret. You said they were getting scratch tickets?
Hell yeah.
That's not funny. Why would you say
he has secret money.
Nick Fury can't scratch off tickets, man.
He got no depth perception, but I know, but
that's not.
Oh my word. That's 2D.
Wow.
Scratch.
Can Nick Fury make a cameo in Harlem's Paradise?
How, Sway?
Just for a drink. Oh,
we don't know what time period.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the time period.
He's either dust or he's not dust.
Well, that would cement.
Let a pile of dust with a martini on the side just be on the.
Oh, that's my friend from Shield.
If they decide to incorporate the snap moment into the Netflix series,
there's no more Netflix.
Which artist performing at Harlem's Paradise do you want to have that happen to?
Oh,
like which one do you think would be cool?
I liked all of them. They were amazing.
Yeah, but you know,
Rebecca Black.
No, I meant like you said it was getting blacker. You did say.
Who was the guy with the guitar? He was so good. The big dude.
Yeah, I downloaded so much music.
Yeah,
I looked up so much
music. The music. It was.
Yeah,
dope.
It was fire.
Really
it'll fill your playlist.
That last setup with Rakim, Ali Shaheed Muhammad, and the Hypnotic Brass Band. That blew my whole mind. Them dudes went from the rooter to the tutor.
I'm saying whoever's performing, I wanted to be like a rapper, and they keep spitting bars even while like they start freestyling.
The dust is like
while they turn into dust.
Yo, they're like the band in Titanic. They just
like they keep
gotta be
the bars. Black Thought.
It gotta be.
Yo, like start at the toes.
Yo,
let the dust start on his Timbs.
Spider-Man long death. He would have the longest.
He would have bars for days.
All right. So we gotta go. We trying to, take it easy for the listeners. We don't want you to listen to our 3-hour shows anymore.
Motherfucker, we never had a 3-hour show. They don't want it with Hov.
We did.
We never put it out.
You keep saying that.
3 hours.
Were we drunk?
I don't know. Maybe. Anyways, point is,
next
time when we come back, we're going to talk about how there's nothing else to see this summer.
What the fuck?
There's nothing else to see.
Speak for your damn self.
Let's go see Ant-Man again.
No, you speak for
There's
your
nothing
damn
else
self.
coming out.
Al, if you're listening to this, don't.
Like, wait till the fall.
We got Mission Impossible. Don't worry, baby.
I'm not going to see Mission Impossible.
I am. I've seen them all in the theaters.
Oh, okay.
It's fun
I
nonsense.
forget Mission Impossible as soon as I walk out of the theater.
Where I'ma
I'm
see-
like, what happened?
I mean, it's nothing to remember.
You're not wrong. But where I'm gonna see Ving Rhames again? I gotta
where
go
are
see him
you?
there.
Where
That's
are
where
you
I have to go.
gonna see Ving
Where am I
Rhames?
gonna see
That's
the
what we doing.
un-CGI'd face of Superman?
Oh, yeah.
Motherfucker.
With a mustache.
Sorry. I just got, my bad. I just got really mad because I remember this is the shit that he was making.
Yep.
Yeah,
that
this
made-
is why. But the fight scene in that bathroom looks cool.
And let
It
the,
looks better than his fake chin.
the record show. That was a full motherfucker, not a motherfucker. That was a full.
All right, well then you guys can fight about Mission Impossible maybe whenever that comes out.
We're not fighting.
We're not
I'm
gonna fight.
I'm gonna watch
we're
that
gonna-
shit.
We're just gonna
saying,
give highlights from the
well,
bathroom fight scene.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
uppercuts, yo.
No CGI.
No rib cages.
None.
So yeah, when we get back, we'll talk about that. Oh yeah,
Gillette.
shout out! I gotta shout out a couple people real quick because I'm raising some funds so that I can go to Geek Girl Con. And there's some people out there. I promise I shout out. I shout out Olive. You my boy Blue. I love you. Thanks so much for donating. Deanna out there in La La Land. Thanks so much. You're my bestie. I'm gonna be out there in La La Land with you,
You
one
got
day.
a friend in me.
And Nami, you're the love of my life. Thank you, Nami. So shout out to all y'all. for
Don't say
helping me out.
nothing, France. Don't say shit.
Anybody else out there? If you're
Friends
getting
just
my
got
emails,
cleared.
Friends and family support. You can have multiple levels.
Friends, go home.
The bigger your life, the more love in it, right?
Aww.
What? That wasn't the all.
Catch us next time. 2 nerds and an actor.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
All right, y'all. Later days.
Later days. It's like Stranger Days. What was that movie? Strange Days?
Yes.
I love that
Angela
movie.
Bassett.
There's a song called Strange Ways.
Hey, MF
Strange-
Doom.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what show I miss? Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Is that the song?
Yes.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Shout out MF Doom.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Matter of fact, MF Doom, send us a beat. We intro the show with that shit.
Whoa.
That ass.
Send me a mask.
Oh, and 3 masks.
3.
Facts.
2 masks.
I got
Fuck how you
all
say-
your
That's
stuff.
what we
I got
are
all your
video.
music.
Our video would just be MF Doom Max, and that's what we talk.
That'd be fire. All right, y'all.
Stalks.
Mariah Storks Johnson.
Mariah
Mariah
Johnson.
Johnson.
Wow.